But that was on the news. It was on every TV station, every platform. It literally went around the world off something I said. I tell people that was probably the biggest thing I ever did in my career with just a statement, not even musically. Like, that was the biggest thing I ever did was say I was the King of R&B because it was so controversial. Like, I pulled people up from the dead.
What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of It's Giving. I am your host, Sarah Fontenot, and if you have not yet, please make sure to hit that button below, hit that little bell so you get a notification with each piece of content because, baby, you already know if you've been here before, we are bringing it every single day. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody or just push subscribe so you find out. Get that little bell. Now, today, guys, you are in for a treat because this man is music extraordinaire. Okay, one of my favorite songs has almost 250 million streams. He is world traveled. He is out here making a difference for his people, his family. He's looking out for those that he loves. Newly in a relationship, which we're gonna talk about a little bit later. But can we please give it up for the King of R&B, Jacquees?
What's up?
What's
How are you?
up?
I'm good.
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, so I gotta ask you, if this season in your life were called It's Giving blank and you have to fill in the blank, what would it be called? And you have to say it's giving.
It's giving God.
Oh, break that down.
I mean, it's just like, I know I'm at the point now, I always been big on God, but it's just like, the older you get, the wiser you get, the more you have to really like, try to be all the way in tune, like all the way.
Yeah.
So I think that's just the season of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like being this huge, like you are a massively large R&B singer, rapper, R&B singer, songwriter, all of the things. Do you feel like it's hard to have God in this industry?
Nah, not when you came up like that. It's probably hard to, you probably had your challenges because everybody get challenged.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like when you know who you are and where you come from, it's like that's going to come out of you.
Yeah.
But you got to stay grounded.
Yeah. So being from the industry or being in the industry. So I used to act, right? I still do a little acting on the side, but it's like a separate industry in the industry because he created his own industry. I say that to say I hated the industry. I hated it. You know, I was getting little jobs here and there. I was acting. That's why I moved to America to become an actress.
Oh, that's dope.
I'm a cliche though, you know. It is what it is.
Fun.
Yeah, it was, and I had a great time. I was in a conservatory, a theater academy, and all of the things. And I loved it, but I felt like there were so many hoops you had to jump through that was less about my talent and more about everything else. Have you ever experienced that?
Well, I had a lot of doors closed on me, you know, coming up and different things. But with me, I would more so say when I was first coming on, it was more so they couldn't figure out my image. You know, like how to, like, because back in the day, it was like the R&B singer didn't really look like me. Like it was like haircut,
faded out,
black jacket, black shirt, black boots, leather pants. I wasn't going for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so a thing where I used to always tell people like, man, like I know if I get with Cash Money, like they'll probably like accept me for who I am because of how they look and, you know, and what they doing and stuff like that. So, you know, I went through all the hurdles like from 16 to 20 years old, you know, with different situations, but I never kind of gave up on myself or I never lost my hunger for the game or the industry, you know, because I was young, I was having fun, I was kind of doing it my way. So I never went through the fact of like, man, I hate it here because I really did love it. You know, I loved what I do. I still love what I do. But I just knew if I landed in the right situation with the right people, I would flourish. And that's like what God did for me.
How was that? Like literally Cash Money. We talking Drake. We talking Nicki. We talking Jacquees. We talking the goats up here. You know what I mean? Like how did that even happen?
Well, Birdman came to Atlanta in 2014, and he was working with Young Thug, my brother Thug. He was working with my brother Quan and all them. You know, just doing their thing early, and I seen it going on, and I was like, man, I want to be over there with them. I was already working with Quan at another label. And once he got with him, I called Quan Daddy on the phone and was like, man, I want to come over there with y'all. And he was like, man, it's crazy. I'm with Birdman right now. He was like, send me a song. I sent him a song I had with Quan called Soldier. And I sent him the video Soldier back. And then Birdman called me back. I was like, man, I'm gonna put you down with us. You know what I'm saying? And they put the Soldier record on the Rich Gang Part 1 mixtape, that's famous, super, super famous.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a deal like the next 2 days.
Sheesh.
Yeah. And that's just how it went. I met Stunner at Lennox.
What?
On the tour bus. And then.
How many doors did you have closed on you before then?
Oh, a lot. I started out, every situation I'm thankful for because I met people and I kept my relationships and I just went from there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew that wouldn't work, but I didn't hate them. I just knew it was something else I could do that was a better situation for me. So I started out with like Bad Boy South, Block Entertainment. And then after I left Block Entertainment when I was 16, I was working with, it's a guy here, his name is Chef Harper. He got Toast on Linux.
Mm-hmm.
Him and his guys, him and his guys was doing music. Tyrell actually passed away, but he was trying to help me. Him and Chef Harper was trying to help me when I was in high school. After that, I got with my guy Fly. He had a company called TIG before like the labels and different things. He had that, which was like a management thing where I was with him in high school. He formed his label. When he formed his label, I went out there to work with Chris Brown. After I started working with Chris Brown, I came back and I signed to Birdman. So it was all those different situations.
Just lined up.
Yeah, and I just landed
Perfect
right with
storm.
Cash Money. Yeah.
Okay, so I have to ask you because you say Chris Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Brown says he's the king of R&B.
Yeah.
And you say you the king of R&B.
We brothers, it don't count. Like we came up in the same crib. I used to stay with Chris.
What?
Yeah, when I was 18, I used to live with him. He flew me out right after high school.
What?
Yeah. So it's like, you see every interview he have when they say Jacquees say the king of R&B, he always say, I know what he mean.
Oh, he's like we tied.
We brothers.
Oh, okay. So break this down. What does it mean? Like the king of R, like Michael Jackson was the king of pop.
Right. The reason I say I'm the king of R&B for my generation is because I've been making music and putting it out to the world since I was 14.
Yeah.
I've been recording in studio since I was 12.
Yeah.
And I've always been someone in my community that they known what I do.
Yeah.
Like they like Jacquees the singer. It was always like that before I was even famous. And I had songs that was like on MySpace that people still like to this day,
Yeah.
And I got a generation of people that I grew up with, and they still listen to my music. I dropped my first mixtape when I was 16. I'm 29 now. I just dropped my 3rd studio album last year. It's like these same people, like even in my meet and greets now, when I meet the fans, they might be like 21 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
That means when I dropped my biggest records, they was like 10.
Yeah.
Like they was like 9. It was kids.
Yeah.
A lot of these girls come to the show like, man, I've been listening to you since I was 16. I'm 24. That's a big gap.
Yeah.
When you 16, you different from when you 24. You grown. Like you just done with college. It's a lot going on in your life, but I done been a part of your life since you was a kid.
Yeah.
And so it make me feel like I'm generational.
Yeah.
Like
it's the longevity.
And it's like, I just feel like for what I do, I'm the king of R&B for my generation. I've seen so many R&B artists come in the game when I came in the game around my time that's not here no more. That I don't know if they gave up, quit, or what happened, but they not doing what they once did.
Yeah.
And I'm still around doing it. So that's how I feel. Like I'm not gonna never feel like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's important. You got to feel like I am him. Like,
yeah, I'm definitely him. I'm the king of R&B.
Yeah, I'm him. I feel like I am her. I feel that way. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I just for others, it's true for me because this is the only body I'm ever live in.
And you only like my mama told me today, your greatest project is yourself. So
Yes.
Like you know who you are.
Yes, you got to feel that way. Even if other people are like, you won't never be okay. That's your truth, not mine.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I say I was king of R&B, so many people tried to
come for you.
Yeah, that was like kind of like if I was gonna ever get blackballed, that would have been the moment.
Really?
That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the only moment of so much hate. That's kind of like when the train of hate started because I'm so confident.
So what was like do you even remember the things that they were saying?
Yeah, I remember everything, but I don't know that. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like people always talked about me. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't never one of them people that actually cared about what people say. But, I don't know. I'm just, like I tell people, like I was this person before I came in the game.
Yeah.
So it's like the industry didn't make me. Like
so where I came, break.
Yeah, where I came from kind of like made me who I am.
Yeah.
So I always feel like a star because I was a neighborhood superstar.
Yeah.
So it's like a difference from me and them.
Yeah.
It's like, don't nobody know y'all where y'all from.
Yeah.
Or they don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, with me, it's different. It's like, I was always this person. God just allowed me to blow up. That's why I used to tell people, like, I don't think I can get the big head. That's why when I said I was a king of R&B, I wasn't trying to be big headed. I was really just feeling like that in the moment. You know, you have to claim who you are sometimes. Like sometimes you have to put your dent in it. Like you have to really tell people who you is, or they'll always overlook you.
Yeah.
I had felt like I was making some of the greatest records, but people would still act like they didn't know me when I would meet them in person.
Ooh.
They would like act like they didn't know my name or, you know, different stuff. But then I see them turned up to my music or different stuff like that. And that's when I started knowing like, oh, this is a game. Let me just play it too. I'm the king of R&B.
Yeah.
And it actually went up. And that's what they call me now. So if they didn't feel like that, they wouldn't even, they would have just been like, oh, what are you talking about? And it wouldn't have went viral or nothing.
Yeah.
But that was on the news. It was on every TV station, every platform. It literally went around the world off something I said. I tell people that was probably the biggest thing I ever did in my career with just a statement, not even musically. Like that was the biggest thing I ever did was say I was the king of R&B because it was so controversial. Like I pulled people up from the dead. Like people was people that weren't even thinking about ever saying nothing into their phone or nothing started doing it. But it was dope because I realized how many people actually knew who I was.
Yeah.
And that's all I wanted was people to know who I am.
So do you feel like all publicity is good publicity?
I mean, you got to know how to spin it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a spinner.
Okay. What's that mean?
Like I can spin it. I just know how to take something bad and make it good.
Yeah.
You know, I try to see the good in everything.
Yeah. I feel like I've definitely like experienced. So number one, I had a podcast before this podcast. Actually, before that, I do skits with a guy named Country Wayne.
Oh yeah, I know Country.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah,
great guy. And my character inside of the skits, people cannot stand my character.
So you talking about on the one you was on that?
Yeah, a year and a half I've been doing these skits. I'm still doing these skits, you know? Like, and we have
what's the volume man name?
Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah. So it's funny because people hate my character. I mean, they can't stand her. Now, for those that hate, look, for y'all that don't like my character, Sarah, on Country Wayne, I got questions about y'all and your whole code of ethics because they don't like me because it don't even matter. I ain't even gonna get it.
I know how the skits be. So I gotta see who you are.
But I say that to say that inside of those skits, people in the comments, and my name is Sarah. My real name is Sarah. And my name in these skits is Sarah. So Sarah's just ain't no good. She's a snake. She this, she that. I'm like, damn. So that was the first part of me really feeling like heat, but it wasn't real. Then
that was for your character. That's just your real name.
No, but then I got on a podcast. And one thing about me, I say what I mean and I mean what I say. So you could crucify me. I don't care. It ain't going to be me. Like it is what it is. So when I first started doing this other podcast, people were in the comments coming for me. So I'm like, okay, cool. So now we have the It's Giving podcast and we are so polarizing because I do believe in a traditional household and I do believe in certain things that people do not believe in. And no matter how evolved we are, sometimes it can still like hurt a little bit. Every so often, I'll go back and forth in these comments. It's very rare. But I serve it to them nice.
Sometimes I'm going to hit you. You say something back.
I'm going to hit you with something real sweet and nice. Yeah. So how did you develop like this bulletproof kind of mindset where you're like, you know what? Because they talk about you. It's not a character.
Right.
How did you do that?
I mean, I used to have my days like where I comment back, but I used to always take it as it was funny. Like somebody say something to me, I'm like, I got time today. I used to get on Twitter and say stuff. I used to get on Instagram and talk back. But it was like, because I knew they thought I wasn't going to say nothing because you're not used to celebrities coming back.
Yeah.
So I would go get the slickest comment and be like, what? So just like, you know what I'm saying? But then I'm like, this is boring. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's fun for a little moment, but I don't really feed into it because the more you feed into it, the more you can start to believe it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So me, I had fun with it, but I just, like I said, I always knew myself because I always had to be confident in what I did anyway. Like, I was singing, like, where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I remember I had a partner, he used to sing with me, and we used to sing, like, all the way up. And I remember he got to a point where he like, man, singing soft. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Like, because of who we was hanging around. You know what I'm saying? So he was starting to get his mind tricked. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always salute myself because I always knew who I was. Like, it became a certain point. You know how young boys in the neighborhood, they try to really throw you off balance. I always tell people, like, if one of your partners is making fun of something that you're doing, it's because they really want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I used to tell people that, like, when I used to get in talent shows and stuff, like, they used to be like, bro, how you get up there? Like, you know how you have people that be in the crowd that used to talk stuff. And so I'd be like, bro, them want to perform.
Yeah.
They just scared to do it.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like me, I just never been scared because I knew I couldn't be, or I wouldn't have got to where I am.
Yeah.
You know, so just being confident. And my mom and my family had a lot to do with my confidence.
Yeah.
You know, just because I grew up with my sisters. You know what I'm saying? My mom and my sisters, I was the only boy. But it's like the things that she instilled in me just like made me like just feel like I was like the man early.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's so important.
Yeah, I carried it with me like all the way out.
That's so important. What do you think for people that really struggle with feeling like you are, look in the mirror, say, I am her or him. Like for people that struggle to do that, what would you say to them?
I think for people that feel like that, like they have to go like soul search, like and really just believe in them, you know, because at the end of the day, it's just going to be you.
It's you.
You know, so you really have to go get with yourself and just really like talk to yourself and really just like know like it's you. Like sometimes I talk to myself. Like sometimes I might see an old picture of me or something like that and be thinking like, dang, it's the same person. You know, like that's crazy that I'm the same person that I was back then. Like just like physically, like just everything. Like looking at my young pictures, like dang, I remember when I was there though to where I am now. And it make me feel good because like, you know, for me, it's like I knew what I wanted as a kid. And I was confident as a kid, but you know, the more you grow up and even being in the industry, they could try to take your confidence. That's how I felt they was trying to do me with the King of R&B stuff. I just never really let it happen. And that's because I knew myself. Yeah. You know, but I always knew myself. Yeah. But for the people that don't know themselves, I feel like you should try to get to know yourself because that's going to end up being your best friend, like yourself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Do you ever feel like, I don't know if you saw the clip of Taraji where she was talking about...
I heard about it with the money.
Yeah. She was talking about nobody, like you might make $10 million for this deal, but you got to pay out your team and you got to do this and you got to look a certain way. You got to do all of these things. Do you ever feel the pressure from the industry? Like even though you know who you are, do you ever feel the pressure from the industry? Like you got to wear certain things, have certain things, drive certain things, you know, do your hair certain things, accessories a certain way. Like do you ever feel like you have to put on because of the industry?
I mean, I feel like everybody go through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, because I remember when I first started buying all my jewelry, like, I remember I told my cousin, I think we had probably like 100,000. That's all we had, though. But I remember, like, cuz I'm finna spend it on jewelry. Oh. You feel me? I'm like, bro, I'm going to the jewelry store. I'm like, because when I walk in these rooms, I want to feel like I'm on the same level. Like, I don't want nothing to make me feel like I can't walk in no room. Yeah. And the jury had done made me overly confident. You feel me? Because I was already confident, but it made me overly confident. But once I realized, like, a lot of these dudes ain't the same without their jury, but I am. It made me start being like, well, I ain't got to wear my jury or wear. Like, I might have a show and forget my chain and don't even trip. Like, I don't need it. You feel me? Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? But when I was coming in it, I felt like, man, I got to have the
best of the best. All of the things.
I was just, because that's what was going on. Yeah. And a lot of times, like when you coming up and it's sometimes like a competition a little bit. Yeah. You feel me? Even though you might not like the industry, because it's always like everybody want to be number one. And until you learn, like, man, we can all get some money. And that's when I feel like everybody kind of get cool and be like, you know what, you're right. Like we can all win. But in the beginning, everybody like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
got to get for me.
I want the biggest chain, the baddest girl, the everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when you grow up in it, you just like, man, you know what? It's all good. I wore my jewelry today, though. You know what I'm saying? But that was just
iced. Right. It's giving.
But that's because I feel like, and I ain't feel like I needed to do it for somebody else. I did it for me.
Yeah. And when you want to, you do. And when you don't, you don't. Right. I see this watch. I'm just admiring.
Oh, yeah. The Patek.
Yes. This is nice.
Thank you.
Yes. This is, what time is it? You know what's funny?
It ain't even set. Because right now it says 10.
Mine says, hold up. Mine says, I can't even know. I don't even know if I can tell time. Mine says 2:37.
So you like 3 hours off?
It's 5:09.
Oh yeah, you gotta set your watch. I don't
even.
Nobody looks
at
their watch to tell the time.
Did you see how long that just took me to tell the time? Oh,
I saw you count.
I did count. Yeah. I had to because it's been so long since I've even looked at a clock. It's these phones. They're ruining us.
Of course.
It was so quick. It said 5:09. I said 5:09.
You don't have to think
Over here, I got to think the 30 plus the 5 and then count up a few, but I don't have like the ticky ticks. You know what I mean?
You got to look through the diamonds.
Yeah. Oh, and they're a little blinding. You feel me?
No, for real. But that's a blessing to be able to walk around like that.
I actually saw a video on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Bradley Lier. Do you know who that is? Mm-mm. He's an entrepreneur. He talks a lot of smack, but I really relate to a lot of stuff that he said. He said, what time is it? Somebody asked him, what time is it? And he was like, he looked at his phone. He said, bro, why are you looking at your phone? You got a watch on. You got this Rolex on. He said, I don't wear a Rolex to know what time it is. I wear a Rolex so you know what time it is.
Now I feel that. So you know how I'm coming.
Yeah. Like, you know what time it is.
Yeah.
Talk to me nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was a bar.
I gotta take a bar. That's yours. You can have it because I stole it too.
Yeah, so I gotta take it.
Shout out. That's wild. Okay, so you're in the industry. You get a chance to work with Birdman. Mm-hmm. And you've worked with so many people.
Yeah.
My goodness gracious. Who is your favorite?
My favorite person I worked with ever, probably like in the studio and just working, probably
both.
Probably Chris. You know, just because that's
like your brother,
and that was my idol growing up. You know, so it's always fun to work with Chris. It's dope working with Dej Loaf too. You know, when we was making our music, it was just like easy. It was my kind of like my first time working with a female artist, like back and forth on records. Mm-hmm. So I think that was like a cool experience, like the way that the records came out. You know, because they ended up being some of my most classic records, and a lot of those records never got sold. We only sold one at the club. That was the only record we sold, but the whole project, and it was a free project, but every record was like massive.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun, you know, creating like that. But it's a lot of more artists that I like working with, like even on a songwriting tip. Like I love working with Donnell Jones.
Oh yeah.
Like yeah, he's super dope. I used to love to work with Thug, get in the studio, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Because it was super dope. Because his voice is just like different, and he's super quick and creative. Super fun working with him. Who else?
You like that's it?
That's probably off the top of my head, like who I could really think of, like, you know, that was major, that I had like great experience and we created great music.
Yeah. Okay, so I know that you've also worked with Diddy.
Yeah.
He got a lot of stuff circulating around him right now.
Right. Right.
He's press ready, y'all. He said, right. Do you have any opinion on that? You want to share an opinion on that? Do you want to go to the next question?
I really can't. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how everything get twisted and turned. You know, I wish the best for him.
Yeah.
I wish the best for everybody involved.
Yeah.
You know, everybody involved. I wish the best for him because, you know, I can only speak on what I know about Puff. Mm-hmm. And from what I know about Puff, he was a great.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm the type to only speak on what I know.
Yeah.
You know,
that's a wise place to be. Yeah. You know, I wish all people were that way.
Oh yeah, that stayed in my lane.
Because folks be gossiping like a mug.
That's how you get killed.
Damn. Speaking of getting killed, I just got shot at. You know, we're not gonna. We don't have to go into the story. But anyway, that happened in real life. Yeah. So
God bless you.
God is good.
Real time.
I got a bubble around me. Let me tell you. Oh, sheesh. Okay, so. You're in the industry. You've had all of these years under your belt. Was there any time where you felt like an overlooked artist?
Yeah.
How'd you deal with that?
Well, I would say like when I first got with Cash Money, you know, I didn't feel overlooked, but I knew it wasn't really my turn to shine because Quan and Thug was going so crazy. I remember every time we used to pull up to the studio in Miami at the Hit Factory, I used to tell my partners in the car, like, bruh, whoever song we pull up in here outside the gates, that's who turn it is. Like, that's who about to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I would start coming, and I'm like, damn, Stunner, he ain't playing the records. Like, you know, because that's how I knew. Yeah. As soon as you come through the gates, it's loud, you know, like, Bird finna put the bag on it. And I remember I used to feel like, man, I got to get my hustle up. Like, you feel me? I used to tell my partner, like, bro, we just going to stay at it. Like, we just going to start shooting our own stuff, like, shooting our own videos, like, I'm going to start making the little merch and stuff. Like, we just going to make it like a whole thing. Like, we're going to come with it. Once we did all that, boom, we start pulling up through the gates. My music was playing. So I knew, like, all right, all you gotta do is stay down, and just keep working hard. So
that's one thing Wayne says all the time. Shout out to Country Wayne. He always says, just stay down.
Yeah.
Just stay down.
You gotta stay down.
Keep your head down. Stay down.
Stay down.
Or no, he
keep
says stay. Up. Yeah, he says stay up. You got to keep your head up, but stay down. Yeah. That's what he says all the time. That's wild. Yeah. So you got one hell of a story.
Oh yeah, I'm dropping a documentary this year soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
like on Netflix.
I don't know who it's gonna come with. I'm gonna shop it to everybody. Honestly,
I know that's right.
Yeah, I'm shopping it to everybody. But whoever come back and want to do something with me, that's the person I'm gonna go with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it ever hard for you? Like, I know you said you've been really singing since you were 12 years old. Like,
9 years old.
Dang.
Been in the studio since I was 12.
What? How'd you find your sound?
Like my sound, or how did I not sing, or just like my sound of music?
Your sound in music.
How I found my sound, I always wanted to make like classic R&B. I remember when I first got into the industry, they was always trying to tell me like, you need to make a club song. But I couldn't make one. You feel me? I was like, because they was trying to force it and it just wasn't coming off naturally. I wanted to just sing about love and I was young. You feel me? I just wanted to just like, I used to listen to all Chris Brown songs. So I wanted records like Yo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But once I turned like 19, like I started like becoming my own. I started becoming my own. I started working with my boy Forte Boy, and he understood who I wanted to be. And my boy Nash B, like they understood my vision. And K Major and DJ Spins, all them, and just being with them, going to their house, like it'll be a setup like this, but it's studio equipment. So you comfortable, you able to just, hey, record this right quick. Let me say something, and you able to just start like your confidence build up. Yeah, because they like, oh, that sound good. Say something else. You like. Like, you feel me? You just start going in, and then next thing you know, you got a full song, and next thing you know, people rocking with it. But you like, dang, I came up with that. You feel me? It's like, so I just started getting overly confident, and that's when I knew, like, this is my sound. When I dropped my 19 project with records like Come Through, Future Baby Mama, You Need Me, just different records like that, I knew, like, this who I want to be. Like, this my sound. And that's how I came with records like BD. Now I got a club record.
That's one of my favorite songs.
I got another club record.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Thank you. I did all that just by staying in my lane though. Yeah. And it just organically happened.
Do you ever feel like people try to pull you out of your lane?
No.
Nah.
I mean, of course you might have some different producers and stuff that may be like, hey, we need to try this or we need to try that. But like I say, I know my sound. I'm not afraid to try different things, but I know what worked for me. Like, so I like to do what works for me. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
So I have a friend. I don't know if you know who he is, but he goes by D1 on Instagram.
You a producer?
No, he's a rapper, but he's a conscious rapper.
Okay.
And right now, there's a lot of information circulating around him because he's really saying like, music is degrading everybody.
Right.
And it's pushing an agenda that can't possibly be good for our youth.
That's true. I definitely feel like that.
Oh, you do?
Of course.
Tell me more.
I mean, I feel like that even though I rock with the music, I know how it affect the kids because I know how music affected me as a child. Yeah. Like I wanted to be like, luckily I was listening to great songs. Like luckily the music wasn't watered down. Like I was listening to, of course I always loved Lil Wayne, the Hot Boys. I used to love 50, you know what I'm saying? But I remember one of my favorite songs was like Hate It or Love It, but it's like you learn so much in the song. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Hate It or Love It, but
Yeah. Hate It or Love It, the underdog on top. Yeah. I used to always sing that like like when I was playing sports and stuff, I used to always had it in my mind. Like so I feel like my generation came from music that make you think, it make you want to fall in love, it make you want to go have money. A kid. Yeah, go get some money the right way though. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't make you want to go take nothing. It make you want to go like hustle for it the right way. But I feel like the music that get put out now is like, it ain't even their fault. That's what I'm saying. I can't blame the kids because like we used to like stuff like that too. But at the end of the day, they don't have enough OG leaders out here. That's the difference between them and us. I feel like even though the music getting watered down, they don't still have enough big dogs like, hey, bro, that ain't right. Like do it this way. Like I feel like a lot of times the OGs now kind of agree with the youngin. No. Yeah, which is like out of line. You feel me? Or they'll let them like crash out versus to where everybody used to help each other. But now it's like so fast paced, like everything just like it's no code. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if it's no code, it's no law. And if there's no law to this then it's
chaos.
It's just chaos. Yeah, so I just feel like that about everything. Like, but like I said, I like the music. You feel me? But it's like I know the kids ain't strong enough to just bang it in their head all day.
Yeah,
because they gonna believe it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
So how do you shift that? How do you shift that?
I don't know. Even my little cousins, they come in the house rapping and stuff like that, and I just be listening, like what they rapping to. I be like, bro, you really ain't like that, is you?
Yeah,
you know what I'm like, you ain't like that, is you? He be like, nah, bro, I like the music.
Yeah.
But how I'm trying to shift it is, like I told somebody the other day, like I feel like I'm able to talk to young guys.
Yeah.
And I'm able to shift the way they think. Even when I see my industry homies, like that's younger than me, but I see the message they pushing sometimes, or even different things. I always tell them, like I always be like, bro, you know, you really a good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see what you're doing, though, but you really a good. Though.
Yeah.
But I guess you gotta make your money though.
Yeah.
But
it's like Cardi when she was talking about, I don't cook, I don't clean, let me show you how I got this ring. And then Offset put her on Instagram.
Oh, like
sweeping.
Now she be making food.
Yeah, she be cooking and she be
But that's
cleaning.
when she was just selling a song though.
But I feel like so many people, they don't know that.
Nah, because they probably think like, because a lot of times we as the artists don't really get up there and be like, hey, that ain't really what's going on.
Never.
Some artists do.
That's true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I watch like some of 21 Savage interviews, he always like try to tell the youth, like, I'm just making a song.
Yeah.
Like I ain't really on none of that.
Yeah.
And I respect that message because I know that hit so many young dudes. I know that made them be like, dang, for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
I know
it's
it did
necessary.
because people don't understand how much power we have.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And like we have to like know what to do with the power. I even tell myself that. Like I started thinking about some of my songs like, am I pushing the right message? You know what I'm saying? But I was like, even though sometimes I might wild out and sing about sex and not be married, or not like different stuff like that, I'm like, well, I'm still trying to push love.
Yeah.
So I don't feel as bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I'm still.
But you aren't pushing like death in life.
Nah, I ain't pushing that.
That's different.
I'm not pushing that. I'm pushing really like love.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would say my message is.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So speaking of love, hair flip. You're in a new relationship.
Yeah.
How is that going? How long has it been since you've been in a relationship?
It's fresh.
I know this relationship is fresh, but how long has it been since you've been in a relationship period? Like
I was just in a relationship.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
How long ago?
Not very long ago.
Oh, okay.
But last year sometime though.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. So you were just in a relationship and now you're in a new relationship. Are you a relationship guy?
I think I'm a natural lover.
Oh.
Like I think I'm just like a guy that like to be loved, like want like the foundation.
Okay. Do you believe in monogamy?
Not really.
No.
Because it's like, nah, like, I mean, I know dudes do what they do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like, I still believe in like, this is my girl, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to like, nah. I know people that's like that though.
What do you mean? Like what?
Like they believe in it. You know, I
monogamy?
I had these conversations because some people have that type of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got friends that's in those type of relationships, but I always tell them like, bro, I don't think I could do it.
Mm-hmm. Or you just have one.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta have just like one person. Like even if
you do believe in monogamy?
No, I don't. Because monogamy is with more than one person.
No, that's polygamy.
Oh, right.
Monogamy is one person. Okay. I was like, hold up.
Yeah, so I do believe in that. I don't believe in, because that's the P is the poly. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. But monogamy, yes. I was confused.
Okay. No, I'm glad we clarified.
Yeah,
because I don't want you to get in trouble.
Nah.
Yeah.
But see, everything I said was meant for the P word. Poly.
Yeah. Okay.
So I do believe in the one, but not the trying to have multiple.
You don't believe in trying to have multiple?
It's not gonna work.
Do you feel like it's challenging not to? Is it challenging to be monogamous because you are a world-renowned star?
Honestly, yeah, because just because of the lifestyle. You know, I think you have to be like extra strong-minded, but I am extra strong-minded. So I think it's just something where you have to lock in with yourself and just know where you want to go. You know, because it could become like a cycle and you'll never get to where you want to be. Yeah. You know, so I feel like as a dude, you have to, even as women too, you have to really be like, okay, I decide today that this is what I want to do. Yeah. And you have to try to be that person. Yeah. You know, I always tell her like, all I can do is try. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Napoleon Hill says this thing called sexual transmutation. And sexual transmutation is where everybody doesn't, like, you aren't just open. You know what I mean? Some people just take whatever they can get, or they have warm body syndrome. I think I made that up, where you need a warm body at night. Like
warm body syndrome.
Yeah, like you can't sleep without a warm body next to you. Like, no. Are you able to be disciplined? Are you able to have self-control? Because the truth is, everybody has an option out here. Even the people you think that don't have options got options, right? Everybody's got an option, right? But the question is, can you be disciplined inside of that? And I think that when you operate from a space as a man, especially because y'all get more tempted with the visual than women do, we're more emotional.
Right.
Y'all are more visual.
Right.
So when a man is able to say, no, this is not going to be what happens. No, I respect what I got going on, and I'm not going to let you come in and ruin it.
But women respect that too.
So much if you have the conversation.
Yeah, women respect when you got a woman. Like they really, like, women like that. I noticed that.
You don't feel like they try you more when you have a woman?
It's up to you though. You know what I'm saying? Mean? Because it's like, it's like, first of all, when they see you got a girl, they see like how you treating a woman.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
So they like, it's either gonna be like, you ain't treat me like that, or I want that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I want that seems to be heavier usually.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you just have to be a man that just, like you said, you got to be strong. But I know women, they kind of do come at you more when you got a girl, because I feel like they could see what type of dude you is. Like, they don't have to guess. They could just look right in and see, like, I know what I'm going to get if I get him. You feel me? Like, I'm going to get what she got.
But maybe not.
Maybe not, because there's no one woman the same.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, she might have had something that you ain't got, no disrespect, but
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Nobody's the same.
Yeah. It's funny because I feel like I have a crazy track record looking back in my past. Like, I'm like, how did this even happen?
What you mean, like with dating?
Yeah. I got all good men. I've dated good men. But anyway, I dated this one guy who was my very best friend on the planet. And we never should have dated. He should have stayed my best friend. But anyway, we ended up dating. And after I broke up with him,
why did you break up with him?
Oh, it's not a great answer. The answer is, I had just gotten into this like health and wellness company, and I was hyper aware of like longevity and health, and he was heavier. And I was like, let's get bikes and go for bike rides. Let's do this, let's do that. And he did not want to do any of that. And I was just like, it's not going to work. My husband doesn't get to have a heart attack at 45.
So you cared about him enough to leave?
Yeah.
Because you was worried about himself.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to stay and watch him suffer and kill himself.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
So he was nothing you could have did to be like, well, to push him to do it?
I tried.
He was just stubborn.
Yeah, I tried. I started cooking different because when we were together, before I was health conscious, I'm cooking how I was raised, which is like pork chops with applesauce. I'm frying chicken. I'm doing all the things at first. Then when I got health aware, like, they say, oh, diabetes, high cholesterol, all those things they run in the family. No. Yeah. Bad eating choices run in the family, right? And so I changed the way that we were eating. So I'd pack him, he was a studio guy actually. I'd pack him stuff to bring to the studio, and then I'd go there and the food that I cooked was bad, but there was McDonald's and there was this and there was that. And I was like, dang, like, ugh. And after, I gave it time, but after time it was just like, I know.
I guess shit, that's what it is.
It's what it is. I love, to this day, we're still cool. We're just, I love that man. He's a great man. He was my best friend. I never should have dated him. But he was such a good man. Anyway, I say that to say, he ended up dating at the time, one of my best friends after we broke up.
She was still your best friend?
No, she was not.
I'm saying, before you knew they was together, she was your best friend until you found out.
She was my best friend and then my very close friend until I found out.
Okay.
So there was a shift that definitely happened because this girl was sneaking around with my ex. So anyway, long story short, they dated for like a year. It was terrible. When I found out, I was like, what in the world? I asked him about it. I was like, sir, how you going? There are all these women.
You think he was trying to get back at you?
I think so too.
I think so too.
And I think that he told me, he said, she got mad at me all the time because she used to say, why don't you treat me the way you treated Sarah? Why don't you treat me the way you treated Sarah? Your name is not Sarah.
So your friend was envious of your life.
I don't know.
That's how it be though. I learned when I was early, like they was like, man, I could see the person cross the street, but I got to go to work every day. But I just see him check his mail. He retired. I could be envious of his life and want what he has. So envy could come in different forms. But when it's up under you next to that, it's like somebody actually was next to you, want exactly what you have. And sometimes that's scary.
Yeah.
Because they'll do anything to get it.
Anything.
Yeah.
And the craziest part is I had that occurrence happen 3 different times. 3 of my best friends all slept with the man that I was with right after I was
Yeah,
with
they want to be like you. That's crazy. But that's
wild.
the power you possess.
But now and this is because I always say on the show, for those of you that know, I had this story that said, if I let you in, you'll betray me. And so my work was to identify that story that I didn't know until I was 28 years old, that I was looking for the people, the places, the things, the opportunities that will validate, if I let you in, you'll betray me, because our stories run on autopilot in our lives, right? It's not like me thinking, let me go get a girl that has no girl code. Let me go find a girl that has low morale or low. No, it was me validating my own story. So I take responsibility now, but at the time.
That's a crazy story.
Ooh, at the time I was ready to fight everybody.
Of course.
Everybody could have cut these hands. Everybody. And I used to fight. Don't let this fool you. Okay. I used to fight.
I believe.
Canadian Sarah. Damn.
I'm glad she's gone.
She's still here. She's just asleep.
Yeah,
she's hibernating.
Yeah.
And now I choose love and kindness. You know, you gotta.
Exactly.
Have you ever had that experience where you had a friend that just did you dirty? Just crazy?
I mean, tell me when I was grown or when we were young?
Like grown-ish. At least 20.
I feel like we were kind of grown at 17.
Okay. 17.
Like, yeah, I mean, one of my partners, he's still my best friend to this day.
Damn.
Yeah, but he did something crazy. I remember I was dating a girl, and I really liked her too. You feel me? But I used to be the one to try to take it slow. Like all my partners, you know, when you're in high school, everybody just trying to, you know, go for the gusto. Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to take it slow with the pretty girl. She was older than me too. Oh. You know what I'm saying? She was like 3 years older than me. But she had liked me since like the 6th grade. But now we're in high school, and now it's like, she see what's going on. Like we driving, like we big dogs now to us.
Yeah.
Like, for that age. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I remember we juniors, we got a junior class together. My teachers don't never call me by my first name, but this one particular teacher used to call me Rod. It was social studies teacher because my first name Rodriguez. But everybody called me Jacquees. So we in the class one day, and he just, you know, he answering a lot of questions. His swag just different. You know what I'm saying? He don't usually participate. He was always real smart. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, my boy acting different. You know what I'm saying? Like he got a different energy about him. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't really on me like that. Like we ain't really, but we best friends. So I remember we had a basketball game. We used to always go to the games. Like at the school, our basketball games be packed. I think they came to the game. Like my folks came to the game. Mm-hmm. But I used to get like an attitude and stuff like that. So I would like probably like lead a game or go to the concession stand, sit out there all day with my pop. Like, you feel me? I used to be like that. Mm-hmm. So the prom was coming up at this particular time. Oh no. So I remember this night, I'm in the car with my other partners and my best friend called me. He was like, hey, Queen, you mind if I talk to, what's his name? I'm like, I'm not looking at my other partner. I'm like, nah, I don't mind. But that was just the thing to say. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you was young, it was just the thing to say you don't care because you just had to say that. It's like a stupid dude thing. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? When we was young.
Did you expect for her to say no? Is that why?
No, she didn't think I knew what was up, but she was one of them girls like everybody liked. She was old enough. She knew she could do what she wanted a little bit. You feel me? So I remember he told me like, man, what's her name with her? You feel me? I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? And that kind of like crushed me. But it kind of like changed me though a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It kind of like changed me because after that, it's like I just turned into like one of them a little bit. Yeah. You feel me? I wasn't trying to slow poke nothing. Yeah. You feel me? I was just trying to like be like them. And it kind of just like, that's what always happened to young dudes.
Damn. You know that one that breaks your heart?
It's always like that. You feel me? It's like, but that was just one of my high school stories. You feel me? It was a lot of those stories.
Dang. And y'all still best friends?
Yeah. Cause I know him. Yeah, that's my boy. Like, yeah, we just brought in New Year's together.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been like that though. So,
you know, I feel like we could be cool, but I don't trust you the same.
Oh no, I trust him. We was young.
Well, maybe actually maybe you would trust him because he asked you.
Yeah, and I should have said no.
Both. Yeah.
Yeah, he was wrong and I was wrong.
Yeah.
I should have been honest and he shouldn't have been trying to talk to the shouter.
Yeah.
We both was wrong.
Touche.
Yeah.
Okay, so being a celebrity, is it hard to make friends?
Well, I got all the same friends from elementary.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't have no new friends?
Industry friends that I met, but then a lot of the industry dudes, I knew them, we kind of grew up together too and came in the game together.
Really?
Yeah, so I got like new friends that I meet in the industry, but it's like, for them to become my friend, like I got some friends I met in the game, like that became my friend, you know what I mean? But I got other guys, like I said, we kind of walked into the industry together and was already friends, and even if we wasn't friends, we seen each other so much on the come up that now we're in the industry making it, we kind of like friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's wild. I have friends from like adulthood, like moving to America.
I got athlete friends that I met that I'm really cool with.
Yeah.
Like I would consider like Trey Young, he one of my close friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm going to see him tonight.
Hey.
You know, we super dope. I sung in his wedding in the Bahamas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you go about like vetting your friends now? Like
now?
like to be like if you met an athlete or you met a singer, like how do you?
I mean, I feel like when you meet those guys just like on the same type of level you are, it's kind of like almost easy to be friends as long as everybody 100. Because everybody got their own money.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. If you can pay for it, like, we good.
Yeah.
Like, that make you want to be like, man, we can hang out.
Yeah.
Like, because you can pay for your stuff and I can pay for mine.
Yeah.
And you cool, I'm cool.
Do you feel like, okay, so I feel like men don't really have an opportunity to express how they really feel. Like they kind of hold everything in. And there's like a mental health thing that is happening where, you know, men, it's like be a man, but what does that mean? That means you can't express things now? That means, what does that mean to you?
That's kind of like I kind of feel like that's what we used to think.
Yeah.
Like when they say be a man, even now when they say be a man, you know, you have to like, to me, it's like, bro, you have to poke your chest out and toughen up. You got to take what comes with being a man. It's like you got to just be a man. You got to stand in front of it. You got to stand up all 10 toes and take what comes with whatever is happening. Yeah. Whatever consequences happen, be a man.
But how do you vent? Like, where do you vent to? Or do you just not?
I vent to my mama a lot.
Oh, that's good. Me too.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Even if she don't all the way get it, I still be there to talk to her.
Good.
Like I was venting to her today. You know what I'm saying? Like just venting. I was like, but I'm just talking to you as if you were my counselor.
Yeah.
That's what I kept saying.
Yeah.
But it's just, I just find places to vent. And then me, I'm a person where sometimes like, I got a lot of friends, so sometimes I might even vent to my friends.
Yeah.
Or like sometimes it might be one of my friends' that we done knew and we just get the venting. So I have my moments where I vent. Like I'm not afraid to vent,
get it out.
But sometimes I don't never tell it all the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I tell something, but then be like, nah, I can't tell them that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've been like that.
No, that's good. I have two people in my mom and my sister. My mom gets 100% of everything. My sister gets like 99.9%. And then my soul sister, Goddess Tribe, they like 96.
Yeah. I would say my mom would probably get, if I had to compare my mom and my big sister, it would probably like 99 and 100. But then I always end up telling my mom everything. But I start off telling my sister everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like stuff that I don't feel like my mama would give me the answers I'm looking for.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I talk to my sister, but then I'll be like, man, I'm going to talk to mama.
Yeah, because you don't know what you talk about.
Or sometimes you do, but then it's like, nah, I don't want to talk to mama.
I get that.
Yeah.
No, I totally get that. It's so good. I feel like men don't really get a chance to just be expressive. Men don't really get a chance to, put those responsibilities down because y'all have a lot,
and I would express myself depending on what it is, like to who I'm with, like my girl. Like I would, like depends on situations. Like if I felt like comfortable in that moment, like I could cry, I could do anything.
That's important.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I done boohoo before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like I actually felt good about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, dang, I feel like I just like kind of cleanse myself.
Yeah.
You know, because you have to be so like tough all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like in everything, like, you know what I'm saying? You can't like show no signs of no weakness. I think that's another part about the being a man thing. Like you can't show nothing.
Right. I think when you're in the world, it's like normal to have your armor on, like you get to be tough or all those things. But when you come home, and this is for man and for woman or whoever that's walking through the door, like take the armor off.
Yeah, you got to.
You got to.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Yeah. Yeah. And for me, husband, I know that this isn't you, but men for me, I know that, men that say, I don't want to burden you with what I have going on, so I don't want to talk about it, they are in the wrong place. Because you can't burden me with what it is that you want to talk about.
You said they're in the wrong place. What you mean, like mentally?
Like, no, as in they shouldn't be with me. Like if my person were to be like, oh, I don't want to burden you with what I have going on, like as my partner, my ride or die, like that's my guy.
What you like, I can't be with you because you're hiding something from me or something?
No, it's like you don't feel safe with me. And I don't feel good about you not feeling safe with me. So what would need to happen in order for you? Because at first I get it. You know what I mean? You're building that relationship. You're putting your best foot forward. You want to seem the way society. But the way that I am in all relationships, platonic and romantic, I go for the jugular. I'm not interested in like shallow, right? So I'm slow to get to learn new people, but ultimately, it's really not that slow, if that makes any sense. So if my man were to say, I don't want to burden you with what I have going on, and we're 6 months in of a committed relationship, you don't feel safe with me. And that doesn't make me feel safe.
Right.
And maybe I'm crazy, but
that makes sense.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that seems wild.
You want your person to be all the way 100 with you.
10,000.
Yeah.
10.
Like, no matter what, you wanted them, like, no matter what it is, tell me.
I was just having this conversation with the person I dated. I only know myself to be cheated on one time, right? And with this person that I was cheated on, this person from the beginning.
How you know he cheated on you?
Oh, I found out.
How?
Oh God, I found out on Christmas Day.
How?
Oh God, I backed him into a corner, essentially, psychologically, backed him into a corner, and he was honest. He told the truth. Yep, I did. And I did it this time. And I did it that time.
Did you stay or you left?
Initially, I stayed.
Okay.
Because for me, I don't feel like a man having sex with another woman means that he loves me less. I don't believe that. Now, what I do feel like is, why do you feel like you have to be deceitful? Why can't you be open and honest? Because the way that I'm wired, I highly value openness and honesty. So if you lie to me and you're deceitful with me and you betray me, that's way harder for me to bounce back than, oh, hey, beforehand, you know what, Sarah, I love you so much, but I kind of want to try something different. Now, I've only ever been monogamous, only with one person. I've never been in an open relationship in my life. However, I would respect a man that tells me what he desires and tells me what he wants and tells me the way that he's ready to move and shake than to hide it from me.
Because that's going to make you just respect him.
I respect him. Now, whether I stay or not, I don't know. Because I can only speak from theory and not experience. Right. But in theory, it's like, oh, okay, if everything else is good, every single thing else is good, hell, maybe we need to be polygamous. Maybe we need to get this family maybe we just need to make it make sense. So when I had found out that he cheated, it was just the betrayal aspect. And from the beginning, with certain different things, I used to say, is there something that this girl could tell me that you haven't told me yet? Is from the beginning. And he was like, no. So the whole time you had lied, you've never really been a man. So for me, when I think of a man, I don't want to mistake weakness for vulnerability, because I do think that vulnerability is super important. Being expressive is important. But when I say weak, I think that's weak in character.
Right.
It is weak to tell a lie, because we're grown. You don't have to protect me. You don't have to protect yourself. Right. What we about to do? You know what I mean?
Like, but I think men lie because of they scared of the consequence, but that's a part of being a man. Like I said, you gotta stand and
own
take what come with it.
You gotta stand 10 toes down, like you said.
Yeah, you
know what you're doing.
Yeah,
you know exactly. We're grown out here.
Yeah,
so
you do.
I feel like it's weak for you to tell me a lie. I feel like it's weak for you to be a people pleaser. I feel like it's weak for you to not say what you mean and mean what you say. I think that it's weak for you to spare my feelings. Now, I say that in a sense where there's a way to say something. You could spare my feelings in that matter.
Right. Not to be nasty about how you go about it.
Yeah, but you don't have to, you ain't got to lie to kick it. Not me.
Right.
You know, not with me.
I ain't heard that in a long time.
You ain't got to lie to kick it. Okay, you ain't got to lie. So for me,
everybody used to say that.
You ain't got to lie to kick it. That's how I feel. It's giving, you ain't got to lie to kick it.
Right.
You know, it just is what it is.
That's cool.
So inside of relationships, you know, I do think that it's important for people to be expressive, men especially, to find that space where they can be expressive with whoever it is that they choose and feel safe with. And then I also think when you are in a committed relationship, relationship, that's important too. Mm-hmm. You know, I'd be damned if my man be like, I'm going through something. What's the rest of it? What we talking about? Yeah, like I do. I personally
I think that's good. I think a lot of the good women, like the women, like I feel like they all want to know.
We want to know.
When they really care about you or something, or they really feel like they're with you, they want to know everything because they're always trying to figure out the why or the how to fix it or how to. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. We as women see things that men can't see.
Yeah, I agree.
And so when you tell us the problem, one of the things, and I say this all the time, my mom always taught me, and it is a full-blown method of manipulation for the good, right? Manipulation is it has a negative connotation, but realistically, it just means you're working things to get a certain outcome, which I think is smart, personally. But my mother always said, plant a seed. Plant the seed and let the seed grow and let him think that it's his idea. And when he has the idea and it's exactly what both of you actually wanted, celebrate that man. You don't have to be like, I'm going to be the one to save the day. I'm going to be the one, because now you're not letting that man lead. But sometimes men just need that little bit of a push, that little bit of a nudge in order to move in a direction that you would have figured out. You just couldn't see it in that moment. But we see things differently. So it's important for y'all to be open and honest because we see things different.
True.
And we're going to let you be the hero and not say nothing about it.
Right.
You know?
That's dope. Now, actually, like I'm all ears. For real, I'm all ears. Seriously.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's important. Yeah. It's like a life hack, I think. Relationship hack, ladies. That was a relationship hack. Okay. So we're going to shift gears a little bit. Okay. We're going to play this super fun part in the show called It's Giving versus It's Giving. Now,
It's giving versus it's giving.
Yeah. I'm going to give you a scenario and then I'm going to give you it's giving something positive or it's giving something negative. Okay. And you have to tell me which one you would choose and why.
Okay. I think I got it.
Okay. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay. Or maybe it's hard. I don't know. Okay, here we go. First question. You are about to go to an industry party. You're well known and some of your boys are with you and they're not well known, but they want to show out. So they say, yo, let me wear some of your jewelry. It's giving, Negro, you must be out your mind to think you about to wear something of mine. Or it's giving, all right, bet. But if you break it, you bought it.
Yeah, it's giving, you can wear it, but if you break it, you're going to have to, you know what I'm saying? But I try to always give my jewelry to people that I know could pay me back.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
This goes back to being friends with people that could pay for themselves.
You know what I'm saying?
You could pay for yourself.
That's the beauty of it.
I see what you did there. That was good. Okay. You're in a relationship. And you are with, you're not in a relationship. Mm-hmm. You are dating a woman who you think is really dope, but she has a very, very clear, high confidence. It's easy, like when someone says, wow, you're so beautiful. She's like, oh my God, thank you so much. And also I know. Or if you say, I love the way that you are just this empowered woman. It's like, oh my God, thank you so much. And also I've been working really hard on it. It's giving, oh, baby's got a big head and she needs to chill out. Or it's giving, I love this. She is her.
But she do it with no attitude?
Yeah.
Oh, it's giving, that's her. I love it. She's confident.
Yeah.
Like she's confident.
Yeah. Do you feel like women have an inflated confidence these days?
Inflated like it's extra big?
Yeah.
I feel like they put on like it's extra big, but I don't think it's just overly big. I think it's up front.
Yeah. So do you think a lot of women these days are insecure with an inflated ego? Or confidence?
Yes. I feel like a lot of our women are insecure. But I feel like it's the dude's fault.
Oh, why?
Yeah, because I feel like we kind of like tricked them.
What's that
like
mean?
Into stuff like that they thought we liked. Or they think we just overly like. And now everybody kind of like want to be the same person.
What's that mean, like BBLs?
I'm saying like everything. Because I mean, we all like everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in a woman.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying like, it's like, it used to be all different types of women.
Yeah.
You know, now it's like, you could kind of like walk around the A and then like everybody kind of look alike.
Because everybody has surgery?
Not saying that. It's just everybody just kind of like doing the same thing.
It's a wise man right here.
Everybody just doing the same thing. But it's like, I feel like the fellas, we kind of like tricked them a little bit. And it's our job to kind of like untrick them. But it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's super tough.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh yeah, that's one of them.
What's that mean?
Because it's like, when I say we tricked them, it's like every man, if you like a man, every man done had like a fantasy.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every dude done encountered somebody that looked a certain way sexually.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And sometimes they put off that same thing to the next person, and everybody thinks that this is the way that it should be.
Yeah.
So everybody kind of conforms to that, and it kind of makes everybody twins.
Yeah, everybody looks the same.
Like, and it's just like, but everybody be kind of the same mentally too, though. Ooh. It ain't just like the physical. It'd be like everybody have the same mental. That's honestly what I'm talking about.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, like everybody like kind of think the same. You know what I'm saying? It's not really.
What's that like?
It's like a fast game.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh.
That's what I think. But like I said, it's the fella's fault too.
So would you date a woman, because I'm just thinking of like fast lane, I'm thinking of mentalities, I'm thinking of ways of learning. Would you date a woman that wasn't raised by her father?
That wasn't?
Yeah.
I have.
Okay.
I dated a girl her father got killed before she was born. You know what I'm saying? But I saw how it kind of like affected her as we got older. You know what I'm saying? I seen like where he could have filled in some gaps for her. You know, because I see the women that are raised with their father. Not saying nobody better than other people.
Yeah, no, it's just different.
But it's like the girls that got their fathers in their life, they got the extra protection. They got the extra. You know what I'm saying? Like they got a man that's there to tell them how a man is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the girls got a mama that's trying to tell them how a guy is. And that could go one or two ways. Because they could tell you ain't shit, or they could tell you like what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's kind of how I look at it. But like I said, I was with a girl like that, but she still became great. You know what I'm saying? She still became great, but I know that was something that she wanted. Even my sister father got killed. You know what I'm saying? But luckily, we had my pops who stepped in when we was kids, but she still was one of those girls that didn't have a father right there. But luckily, like I said, we had a father figure. Yeah. So she was still able to, you know what I'm saying? And she had her granddad. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the girls, like I said, but there's nobody's better than the next. You know what I'm saying? It's just some people was more fortunate than others. But like I said, everybody's story is special, and God got ways of making everything make sense for everybody. Yeah, I definitely agree. That's really profound. We had a guy on our show, and I shared a story about how, growing up, my dad is 6'8", 350 pounds. So big nobody went playing with you? Nobody. Yeah. Like tried to, and I walked inside of that boldness, and it was crazy because he said the most beautiful thing. He didn't grow up with his dad. And he said, you walk boldly and you know who you are because you had your father. I walk boldly and I know who I am because I didn't. That's deep. It's literally you get to choose. You know how you're saying it could go either way. Yeah. It's literally you get to choose, like, who are you going to be inside of it all? Real talk. He said something real. That was dope. That's facts. Yeah. I was like, ooh, let that land, because that is profound. It is. Yeah. Final question. We are avid readers and learners here at It's Giving. Everyone inside of the It's Giving family, we want to grow and evolve. And so we believe in listening to or reading books. What book has changed your life and why? What book has changed my life? It's been a while since I read a book. I mean, I read my Bible scriptures every day. Oh, that's a book. But I'm not actually going through it. I get them like to me and I kind of read them through there, even though I know they're coming out the book. Yeah, yeah. But the last book, like besides the Bible, the last book. Or podcast or mentor. Oh, I could tell you what mentor. I had a mentor named Mr. Lester. He just died. Oh. Like earlier last year. But he was coming in and he was making me a better person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he was one of them people, like, he had already experienced it and bounced back. Like, he was a great guy. Then he got strung out on drugs for like 9 years. Then came back, got everything back, and was great. You know what I'm saying? But he had experienced stuff, and I'm the type of person, I always like to talk to people that went through something. Yeah. Because it's like the overcomer is always better. than the person who never like been through something, because they know how it feel to lose. Like, so they cherish their wins a lot more.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So me, when I was talking to Mr. Lester, I could just see him just bringing something different out of me. And, you know, I saluted him for that. You know, and I'm going to try to continue to carry everything that he was trying to instill in me.
Yeah,
you know, because he was an old guy.
Yeah.
But he was my man's. Like, he used to drive to my house, like, far, far away. You know what I'm saying? And my mom used to always have, like, food prepared. And I used to be happy to watch him eat them big old plates, because I knew I could just tell where he stayed at. I knew he wasn't eating like that. And one day I just decided to pull up. I just wanted to see how he was living. I drove my Lamborghini to his hood one day. And I was just like, I salute Mr. Lester, because he was in the hood, but his house was so clean. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just so clean. And I always saluted people like that, because those are people you could tell where it don't matter where they at. They gonna show you who they are in anywhere.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And he was just showing me like so much stuff.
Sheesh.
Yeah. That's probably the only time I would have teared up.
Oh, I had the Q-tips ready.
Yeah, for real. But that was my guy, though.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a good dude.
Well, thank you so much for coming onto this podcast. We talked about a lot of things today. We talked about being in the industry, going after it, being resilient, defining who you are, being confident. It's okay to say that you are him, you are her. You really brought it today with stories and experience and your expertise and all the things. So thank you so much for joining us on the podcast today. And guys, if no one has told you today, you are freaking phenomenal. Bomb.com. Nothing can stop you but you got to do something about it. I love you guys. Bye.
Peace.